Anyway, hello everybody who's out there listening to us. All three of you, I suspect, is probably the case at this point.
Three? That's a bit generous. People aren't up by now.
I know, that's very, very true. Is the things actually started? Oh, okay, fair enough then. They are ready.
The update, I got a funny message back.
Okay, well let's have a quick look at what's going on the actual table. So they're still setting up, and let me just...
Oh, it looks like we've got James versus Stephen there.
Not Sol versus Non, as the interface would have you believe.
Ah, there we are, it's updated.
Hey, there we go. Stephen Ramsey versus James Gretton.
Though, do point out that they are the other way round, that Stephen Ramsey's on the right and James Gretton is on the left.
That is true.
Someone hung the camera upside down.
No, they did not. No, I checked. It is the right way around.
But I tell you, it looks like Godzilla is attacking, the screen is shaking.
Yes. Oh, we have a lot of that. I tell you what, we've got some new voices on this one. I'll say voice. Hello.
Hello.
Who are you? In fact, while they're setting up, let's do all that pretty things with all those other things that are going on. Hello. How are
good
you,
morning.
good sir?
I'm very well, how are you?
Look, you're on camera.
Oh, look, I am on camera. Look
You
at
are,
that.
yes.
I can never look at the bloody, his hideous face. But
What's wrong with that hideous face? It's a mildly acceptable face.
well, at this point, it looks like I'm quite ethereal because I've got quite the glow
Yes.
from the sky outside.
I'm grim and in the darkness, and you're beaming light of...
I am Jesus. Well, I'm not going to say I'm Jesus.
Yes, going on the internet
Who
and
knows?
claiming oneself to be Jesus. That has no ramifications whatsoever.
No. Very well.
So anyway, yes, we're here to continue on our coverage of the Shrewsbury Magic Championships that was happening yesterday. Unlike yesterday, we are actually going to see the draft results. We missed the actual draft portion because of the fact we couldn't get in as quickly as... reasons that I won't go into on the actual stream itself, but I'm joined by yourself. So who are you, for anybody who doesn't know who you are? Which is
I
pretty
am
much
Dan,
everyone.
commonly known as Advocatus on the Tintwebs. But
Have you heard about the basilisk?
I've not. What is this thing about the basilisk?
I don't know. Just some crazy old man wanders into my house every now and again and asks me if I've heard about a basilisk.
Have you heard of the basilisk?
I have not heard of the basilisk, no.
Oh, that is a shame, but...
So before we get started, I'm going to do some things that I was trying to do yesterday, but due to the fact that I sucked, yeah, I sucked yesterday, so I screwed lots and lots of things up.
Well,
so anyway,
it was a learning day.
It was
yesterday.
very much a learning day, whereas today is not. Results happened yesterday, so after all of that, we had top two people running at the moment is Kieran and Tom.
Yes, both seasoned players.
Yes, well, if you've got to call them seasoned
Well,
players, but yes.
Tom, good point about Tom Babcock did come from the WoW TCG, which has unfortunately died early this year. They decided they're not making any more not making any more sets, but he was played in the World Championships there several times.
Oh,
over
really?
in Texas, yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
He's a very seasoned player of the WoW TCG.
Of the WoW TCG, and now he's decided, let's have a go at Magic, and seems to be winning.
They are very, very, very similar games.
They are.
You could say the TCG ripped things off of Magic.
I wouldn't go as strong to say that. That may be the case, but I won't say it out loud, at least. But Kieran, of course, is a seasoned player from TG. He's been around for a lot of times. Jason Roberts, I'm not surprised to see him high on the list, as with Stephen Ramsey.
Yes, we've got it here.
Well, I've got it in all directions. They're on both of the screens. Ha ha!
Too much technology. What is this technology? But no, the surprise there is James Gretton only started playing about 4 weeks ago. Is actually the protege of Sol, who is taken over from Jonathan Deitch back in 13th place.
Yes, so I'm presuming Deitch decided he didn't want to turn up because he was in 13th place.
No, he had work, unfortunately.
He had work?
Yes.
So what, was he always going to be having work?
No.
Non-committal bastard.
Oh, yes, yeah. But no, he thought he wasn't going to have work, but unfortunately then he does.
Life's a bitch.
That is the fact of life.
As you say. But okay, I will say some of the things. There's some prizes that are in here. Adam Bailey, I was not expecting to be so low. He's normally very, very high up in regards to FNMs that we host locally. Same with Callum. I'm really surprised to see Callum down, in the second half, let alone 11th place.
Callum, he was from games I was watching. He had a few unlucky draws, and literally he was either land swamped or land starved. And he was running something. I think it was a bit janky in the modern draft.
A bit janky.
A bit janky.
A bit janky, you say?
But you've got to take a risk. You never know. Sometimes jank does pull off, and you can get those bit of a steal. But
don't pull off your jank.
Well.
That's only leads to bad things. So anyway, we have actually been informed that we're a little bit behind schedule here. So they have actually started in their game now. As we can see there, Stephen Ramsey and James Gretton, which was his third and fourth place at the moment. Both of them have got 12 points. So they're doing, quite well so far. They're definitely in the top tier of this particular scenario.
James there has got a Scorpion, a Death Touch, 1/1 Death Touch Scorpion on the deck. On the deck.
On the deck.
You can tell it's an early morning on the field there. And
I want to point out as well that we're actually playing. They've just done Theros draft, so this is 3 rounds full of Theros draft. There was going to be more interface at the bottom saying what round it was and stuff, but at the moment there's just a pretty green bar that gets in the way.
Well, pretty green bar. You've got
nothing wrong with a pretty green bar.
It's nice and consistent with the top. But
it is indeed. But we've kind of come in this a little bit late. There's a surprisingly small amount of things on the table considering. Although sticking an Ordeal on a Death Touch guy does, now you've got a 2/2 Death Touch, and what's Steve going to do? Is he going to take it or not?
I'm trying to figure out what Steve's got there.
What Steve's actually got? Yes, I'm in the same position.
Oh, that's some.
Kind of doesn't matter. He's just going to make it go away.
It is. But
and you see, that's the problem.
Something
2 cards wasted on both sides, so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but
it's a good thing for somebody.
Well, I mean, there's a board has now been wiped, and I mean, I suspect that. Well, at the moment, Steve's got 5 mana, and James has only got 3. So at the end of the day, if nothing else, that's a thing. Now, I still can't figure out what exactly he has cast. I think he's just recast it, and I still can't tell
do think
what
that's
it
a
is.
Colossal Arbor. By the look of it, it's the 6/6 for the 5 cost that has reach, and when it goes monstrous, it has it can destroy something with flying. I do believe that was.
That is the one, indeed.
Pretty strong. I'd say it's pretty strong for its. If you're going mono green, and you get that in draft, it's pretty much a strong creature there.
It is. Well, 5 for 6 with reach, that's way on curve for green. And the fact that it has anything else is fantastic. It doesn't. You could just have the 5 to cast for a 6/6 with reach, and you're happy. You're a happy person.
And then next turn, if you wish, you could make it a 9/9 and destroy something with flying.
Oh god, it is only next turn, isn't it?
It is only
one
next
extra
turn.
mana. Like the majority of the monstrous stuff tends to be 2 extra mana, or something that's pushing
Especially if you're going to unleash that Kraken. Now, unfortunately, it looks on this time that James may be mana starved, as he didn't. Oh no, he's got
He's got something to play. I think that's a Voyage.
Voyage's End.
Voyage's End. So that's
goes
just
back to the hand.
Going away.
Misses his trigger there, and it goes straight to the. Well, not misses the trigger. It misses the target it was going to hit.
Yep. But more to the point, it's he's got rid of the enchantment that he put on there, which was the flash. Give it +2/+2, and because an 8/8 with reach, that's fair.
Oh, it's always fair.
That seems legit.
But no, it's quite good. At least he's starting to get some land now, which is.
He's actually getting somewhere with it. And
that's 4 for a green spell. I can tell it's green. That's about as much as I can see from here.
I think I'm going to enjoy this stream. I really am going to enjoy this stream. I suspect that that's what we're going to be saying the majority of the time. What is that? Oh, that is the. He's gaining life, I presume. I've just dropped my mouse on the floor.
Oh, is that the one that gains life equals to his devotion?
Equals to devotion, which in this case will be 2, because it's only itself. Unless I did it wrong. The Arbor Colossus going down again. Arbor Elf. That's not as threatening, really, is it?
No, it's his bigger brother.
very big brother. Oh, he's picking up some speed. He's now got 5 now. So the last 2 things that he's been pulling have been land. Which is helpful, to say the least. Steve is still 1 mana off being able to monstrous.
Oh, he's going for 5 for fuzzy green thing number 2.
Fuzzy green things. Wow, that's really bad. I literally can't see what that is. Oh no. It's a fuzzy green card, everybody.
We will try and work it out, distinguishing from Steve's plays.
But look, the scores have updated, which means I was right. That was the one that gains mana.
Oh, he's paying 3. Oh, they fight each other. Oh, we can hear them a bit.
So is that a 6 until end of turn?
Oh, you've got the sexy voice there of Stephen Ramsey.
I love it when Stephen was playing yesterday because he was on camera, and I don't know if he realised that he was doing this, but he was pronouncing all of the really vital information as loud as possible. It was beautiful because he was just like, okay, I take 3 life and go to 16. It's like, thank you, Steve. Thank you very much.
I assume that was against yesterday, which was a very close match.
Well, yes. It seemed a bit of both. Like the first round at least, Jason just got mana screwed. He just got stomped all over.
Yeah.
But then everything Steve and Jason just basically kept on playing very, very similar cards. And Steve stopped playing cards, Jason carried on. So it just ended up being a race. And Jason kept on winning, but, apart from when you get mana screwed. But anyway, what have we got dropping onto the table? God, no, is that what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
I don't know what the name of it is. Nemesis of the Mortals, I believe.
It can't be. It's not got any black mana. Oh no, that's a green thing. Yes, it is.
It is. It is that specific green thing.
Let's have a.
Oh, and I'm breaking things. Things are being broken. There we go. It's as if nothing was ever happened. So yeah, I mean that's considering actually things have been jumping in. So he's obviously only paid what 4 for that. So he's got 2 creatures in his graveyard, which means he can now monstrous.
It to a 10/10. Oh, he's swinging for 6 though. I think James at this point could probably take that damage. Ooh, what does he block?
He's deciding not to. I mean, it's a 3/3. He's literally just he's going to lose it, but he's not going to lose 6 life.
Ah, but the point is now that if it does die, it does make Nemesis of the Mortals a little bit cheaper again next turn to monstrous up.
That's exactly right. And more to the point, if you look at Colossus at the moment, Stephen is on curve to be able to monstrous it.
Yeah.
So had he put something else in the way and tried to do a combat trick, he's got the mana there to just go boom, make it huge.
Yeah. However, at the moment, James, unless some tricks up his sleeve, which he does.
Yes.
He could make that monstrous and swing for 10, which will put James there at a massive advantage.
Advantage?
Well, James would be at a massive advantage.
That's true. That's
It'd be
true.
22 to 10, 22 to 9.
And I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, the monstrous race. Colossus is winning now, but that's now. I think if memory serves, there are 3 creatures in the graveyard now, which means he's 1 mana off being able to pump up the Nemesis.
Yes.
So he's waiting for that mana again. He has got 2 green, so he's definitely safe to be able to do
no,
that.
and he's gone to play something else, and that's the devotion.
That's the devotion to green, so he's gaining 4 mana this time because, of course, there's
4 life.
4 life. Sorry, not
4
mana.
life.
Well, mana, life, they're one and the same, aren't they?
You know, I'm quite disappointed about this Theros set, though. No basilisks in this set.
Well, you wanted a basilisk theme going on, did you?
Well, it is a legendary creature, a basilisk.
There's a basilisk here and there. Oh,
But
move that over there. So what have I missed? I've just noticed that Steve has thrown some things around. What is he strapped on there? That's so mean of Steve.
I tell you, it's strapped on, and this is a PG recording, so I won't go any further.
I think he's swinging. I think I heard that he was swinging for 8. So I'm trying to perceive what that actually is that he's strapped on there.
Is it? He's taking the 8.
He's taken the 8.
He's Gordon's a.
Oh, expecting a really, really serious commentary. Good luck with that, by the way.
Yes, it's
No.
what I'm doing.
So I'm trying to have a quick look at James's hand to see what he's actually got in there.
He's got another. He's got the Nemesis there.
He's got the Nemesis. I think he's got Agent of Fates, if I'm right, which is blue, which is basically a 3-drop for a 2/3, but you can pay blue to make him unblockable. It's only 2 damage going through, but at the same time, right now, this is the battle of titans. I mean, little creatures aren't going to do a huge amount, but it's just a case of jump up.
The one that if it gets, it's the heroic one that if it gets targeted, it turns 3 lands into 2/2 soldiers.
Oh, the promo. The
Yes,
green
it's the promo. It's Anthusa Assassin Hero.
Not any of those.
Yes, Anthusa.
There we go. We believe it is that. Yes, that does look. That picture looks similar to that picture. So.
Yes.
But has he got the mana to waste
little
for it? Ooh.
Ooh, what is it?
Ooh, now that is a card that I am incredibly fond of that I can't for the life of me
I do believe it's the
remember
Prophet of Krufnix, isn't it? It's the Prophet of Krufnix. The one that untaps everything.
Yes.
Yes, that's the Prophet of Krufnix.
Prophet of
Queen
click,
Simic.
click. Bingo, there we go. Prophet of Krufnix. That is a beautiful card, by the way. Absolutely nothing short of beautiful, because now Steve has just, you effectively play it for free. You pay it and then you get to untap. So it's as if you've had
as long as they're tapped out, which is 1 blue mana, but I don't think there's anything in Theros that can stop that with 1 blue mana.
Not really, as far as I'm aware.
But
now Steve is going to basically pass the turn. There we go. Untap everything, and he can effectively play creatures as if it was his turn.
Yes.
I mean, besides the fact that it's just, I know that's the obvious, the way the wording reads on Flash, play it as in your opponent's turn as if it was yours. But no, with this specific one, you just treat both turns as if they were your own.
Yeah.
You get to untap, you get to play everything. You get to untap, you get to play everything. I mean, if you're dipping into blue, that's amazing!
Yeah,
I'll play a huge creature, and then untap to be able to counter all your stuff.
And you could be if you wanted to go a bit janky and a bit trolley, you could also run Quicken, which makes any of your sorceries you could play during their turn as well.
That's just mean.
And
Have I got up my sleeve? I have all the things up my sleeve!
And I'll draw a card for the pleasure. Oh, is that an ordeal?
I believe that's an ordeal. I believe that's the blue ordeal, otherwise known as the best ordeal. Because,
I shall draw some cards.
I'll have 2 cards, please. I'll make my guy huge and draw 2 cards. Now, of course, because he's targeted his hero, he's now turned 3 of his lands into 3/3s. Or 2/2s, sorry. Until end of turn. Now, I'm not actually too sure why he's done that and using them to attack, because considering he was kind of screwed on mana, those lands are vital in my eyes. But no, he's brought them back.
He's what he's done is he's played the basic fog. Neither player can take any damage this turn.
That's the player, though. Creatures can still get in trouble.
Yes. Whether Mr. Ramsey's not realised that, and or is just being the gentle Mr. Ramsey.
There we see James biting his nails excessively. What a terrible person. So stop biting your nails.
We're going to put him in the mustard jar. But it's
I think I may need to reposition the camera a bit because you can't really see Steve much, can you?
Well, too.
Oh, what's just happened? What have I missed?
Oh, he's paying for blurry green card.
Blurry green card.
It looks like he's got snakes. Steve, if you could talk a bit louder, that'd be fantastic. We're going to update. Ask upstairs. What's been played?
We're getting news from the underground, or the overground, as this actually is, because we're in the underground right now. They're all upstairs.
We are rumbling free.
Yes. I have no. I cannot imagine you. I can imagine you dressing up as Uncle Bolger for cosplay of some variety.
Oh, he's rather excited in the background there.
Now I want to point out right now that James has got no cards in hand. He's on 10 life, and yes, he's got some interesting things, but he's kind of running out of options. Steve has got 3 cards in his hand, 19 life. He's got a Colossus, which can potentially go huge. And he has the ability to play everything all the time.
All the time.
All the time. He's slightly in a strong position right now.
What I see is very clever here. At the one time he's running pure green with a Prophet of Crufix, but because Prophet of Crufix needs blue as well, he's got the land enchant for the green, which makes it every land colour. Basic land type.
What a beautiful mechanic. But he's just gained a shed load of life based on all of his devotion there, so this is slightly one-sided. So what is this one thing that he's drawn? I mean, if that is the ordeal, if we are correct in thinking that's the blue ordeal, then he may have a chance. I mean, well...
if he can boost it up to 3, because remember with the ordeal they do have to swing to get those counters.
True, but it's actually, I mean... This is not the best creature to have it on, but it's a case of if it has 3 counters.
Yes.
So if you're doing some weird Simic thing, or when you're mixing stuff together, I mean, granted, you probably wouldn't use ordeals in Constructed, but still, if you have some guy that's already got counters on, strap an ordeal on, just dies straight away and you get 2 cards.
I see. He's swinging them all into the...
And he's using Triton tactics. Oh no, that's just evil. Triton tactics, for those of you who don't
It is probably...
Apparently there's a police emergency going on outside.
That's an ambulance, isn't it?
They're all the same. They all just rush around like they're urgently in the... Oh, yeah. Let's just look at that card again for a second.
Moving over to the Trident Tactics.
When that's, you know...
We'll be there in a moment.
Loading. There we go. So he's just used Trident Tactics, which means that his guys are going to survive. He's going to use his, untapping all of his guys. Not that he needs to untap them anyway.
It is the most evil card ever. The fact that it can trigger up to 2 heroics as well.
Yes,
and
it's quite sickening.
And especially in blue, which is the favourite one there is the Trident Fortune Hunter.
Of course.
Which
tap them, they're not untapping again.
I'll swing, I'll untap them both, I'll draw 2 cards, you'll lose 2 cards, and everyone's a winner, but...
except for you.
Except for you. I'm the winner.
Yeah, I think looking at this, I think Steve's got to make a really major screw-up to be able to actually lose at this point.
Or, if Curse of the Swine would be lovely at this point.
Curse of the Swine would be quite divine, I must admit.
Oh, you are a poet there.
Oh, I'm a poet, and I don't know.
But all those little piggies would be fantastic, but we can't let them fly.
Now, what is he dropping down on here? I think he's bestowing on her. Ah, and you see, that's quite interesting, because with Agents of...
Nemesis.
Fates, I believe it is. I may be wrong in the name of that actual card itself. But he's allowing him currently... Oh, yeah. Don't look at the interface. Where is it? Agent of Horizons, sorry. Which, gives him unblockable. And he's just bestowed that with, I believe, the Intimidate guy, which is completely irrelevant. But at the whole point, he's making it bigger. It's still... So that can now... Because he has the blue mana, get through and actually deal some damage, but the numbers are just far too big.
The difference is far too much. He swings with everything, and
he's even going in with the Prophet.
And this is where
the numbers...
he can't do anything, and we'll have to concede.
Yeah, I mean, just flat out, he has to block the Colossus because that's at 8 at the moment.
With the Scorpion.
With the Scorpion would be ideal, obviously.
Just a cheeky Scorpion in there, but there's too much damage on the board there for no matter where he blocks it.
And then that's game. And there you go, game 1 to Steve. I like the way the lives counter's just updated it, going, by the way, he'd be dead.
He'd be dead.
He'd be dead. He'd be not right now.
There is more things that he could be, but he's dead.
He is currently dead.
But no, it's very good there. Green versus green and blue. But actually, they're both technically green and blue.
Really. But no, sorry, don't worry. I'm just going to give it a quick tug.
Oh, hello.
I should probably have mine coming around the other way, but I'll sort that out afterwards. But yeah, I mean, blue green. Many people play blue green, but I think on both of them, it may have been dictated by their rares.
Yes. If you pull a Prophet of Graphics,
you're running.
You're going
green.
To take that Prophet of Graphics.
Pretty much. That's almost.
I would say it's quite it's a lovely card, especially in a limited format. Maybe not so much in standard or modern. It may see down the line, but
not straight away.
I don't
know. Really. I think if you build the right deck, and it has to be... I don't think there's anything at the moment that can do that, but I'm fairly certain there's going to be some crazy homebrew thing. In fact, to be fair, it is... and it's gorgeous as like a casual card.
Yes.
As like for just people who are casually playing, just play with their mates and
anyone who plays Simic.
Anyone... Yeah, well...
I have an inner hate for Simic.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you hate Simic? Ooh. They don't let you do things!
No, Blue's my favourite, but blue-black. But no, I just dislike Simic, the fish-faced bastards.
The fish-faced bastards.
I think the Simic card that does it for me is the 6-cost 4/2 Flash. That's a Simic card that doesn't even need a Valve. It's awful Merfolk.
With Flash, that Merfolk horrific.
Merfolk from the depths.
6 to cast for a 4/2 with Flash.
Yay! Gate Crash, yay!
Don't you be knocking Gate Crash. I love Gate
Crash.
Well, so much removal everywhere to get rid of these 4/2s that cost 6 to cast.
But it's to be fair, I did start in Gate Crash.
Did you?
That was, yeah. I'm
I feel like I should be speaking in an upper class as well. I regret now not wearing my top from yesterday, so I doff my hat to you, sir. I doff my hat to you, sir.
Had a bit of a habit with Gate Crash. She said, I'll just buy the Gate Crash. I'll get some more Gate Crash. That was basically it for the first 3 months of playing Magic. But, Gate Crash, I think my favourite set so far, which is, what have I been in?
What have you been? Well, you've had Gate Crash, Dragon's Maze, 14 and Theros.
So, the selection...
Yes, of the 4...
is the one that came before Gate Crash, and that was the Return to Ravnica.
Oh, it was into Ravnica, okay.
Even though I wasn't technically started in Return to Ravnica, I did like the set.
You get to dabble into it.
I get to put the fingers in the pies, so to speak. You've got to put your fingers in the pies.
Otherwise, no pies for you.
Well,
I just realised, I ordered a drink, and there is no drink. I'm regretful that there is no drink. Where's my drink?
I have no idea. Maybe we should kill the Batman.
Okay, that's how it works. Let's kill the Batman.
We're
back. They're shuffling much quicker than yesterday, where they were taking forever in a day to shuffle. So maybe I should just stay on this page and mute the audio so that we can speak in the meantime. Anyway.
We currently joined at turn 4, as nothing has really been played.
Nothing has really happened, and a lot of people have been saying that, oh my god, is that is that a World Eater on turn 4? Yeah,
oh,
I'm not having that
dissolved.
World Eater. No. Jeez.
Oh, he's leaving it there. He's leaving it where it is.
He's leaving it where it is.
I tell you that it's his turn. Well, there's not much Steve can do on New Manor.
We're not having West Country Magic. Or he's on 4 life, they're both on 20. Nothing's happened. He's playing a card now. He's that bestow guy.
Oh, he's bestowed.
He's bestowed. Well, he hasn't bestowed. He's just dropped it on table.
Why is he? Where is he taking? Oh, he's brought
and
that Crofix out
Crofix again.
Bloody hell.
Oh, now you see... I mean, there's no reason why you wouldn't have wanted to drop the World Eater first, but wouldn't it have been nice to just drop that and then go, yeah, I'm not having that, I'm countering that, and go, okay, I'll have a World Eater instead, please?
Well, I don't know. I think at this point, the Prophet of Crofix is a bit more versatile than the World Eater. The World Eater tends to get just goes, go away.
Yeah.
Go away.
Go away. Make it go away.
At least with the Prophet of Crofix, if he doesn't able to get rid of it by the end of Steve's turn, he's then got a chance to protect it during his next.
Oh, and there you go. Exactly what he's doing. He's voyaging it away, and before he does so, he drops down what I believe is another Agent of Horizons.
Ooh.
Not Agent of Hieronymus.
My Sharona. So out of Theros, what cards are you liking out of Theros at the moment?
Oh, I'm loving green. Loving green, strangely enough.
Green is pretty strong.
Partially because of Nylea, and strangely enough, even though everybody regards the godhead one of them all, I think she's amazing. You strap her with a bow, and you have death touch and trample on all of your creatures. Yes, and you don't even need that. It's just like, okay, fair enough. You block. My big thing does 1 damage to you, and then all the rest to the player.
Yay!
Yay! Living the dream, as it's known.
I'm currently enjoying the devotion mechanic. It's
anything in particular, or just enjoying?
Well,
devotion?
more blue devotion, going straight down the blue devotion with a bit of a cheeky Perforos thrown in with Master of Waves.
Ah, no,
Master of Waves comes in. Waves, you good.
Now, I've heard about this horrific thing that you pulled out on Friday Night Magic. It was beautiful.
Well,
I'm a bit concerned that the entire deck runs around Perforos, and if you don't see him, then you're in trouble. But just Master of Perforos, bye-bye.
Well, you don't even really need to see Perforos. You've got
Master of Waves.
You've got Master of Waves there, bringing in about, on average, 8 to 9 elemental.
8 to 9? How many blue? Because my problem with Devotion to Blue, I tend to have many blue permanents, unlike green permanents.
Which there seems to be a lot of green permanents there at the moment.
Yes, let me just remind you that we're actually playing a game. He just dropped Nemesis Immortals again, and he paid he paid 5 for it. So he's only got 1 creature in his graveyard at the moment, which means he still needs 2 more mana if he wants to monstrous that. However, Steve doesn't really have anything better to best that. So at the moment, that's the biggest thing on the board.
Yes,
quite happily as a 5/5. I mean, Steve does have the ability to go underneath with the Horizons, which is what he's doing, which is why James is on 14. But now it's quite weird, actually, because last time Steve just had powerhouse after powerhouse, and he's just kind of
He's just not drawn into them
now. Yep. There we go. Oh, that. I mean, that is
getting
devotion equal to life. Let me just change the other round.
I think that could have been your drink, you know.
It could have been my drink. Did my drink just come through?
No.
My beverage. My beverage. My kingdom for a beverage.
I know that feeling. You talk. You should have like. I tell you.
Is it the Battle Master?
No. It's not.
No. He's far too big.
He's too jolly.
I'm trying to remember what the hell it's actually called. No,
it's not that one either.
Ah! Is it the Emissary? Maybe?
Maybe.
No! Okay, I'm going to stop trying to look for that card because I'm missing the action that's going on the table.
Something's happened and they're swinging. And swing. It goes up to 2.
There's some confusion going on.
No, I do believe that's Gentleman Ramsey. He missed his triggers, but Ramsey's being a gentleman.
Yes.
And letting him keep it, which is what I like in tournament play. It is nice to have the gentleman spirit there.
Well, it is. I mean, I've been to a few tournaments, like PTQs and Grand Prix and things of that nature, and you get 2 calibers of play. And I feel very grateful that everybody in Shrewsbury tends to be the. Oh, what's just happened?
I do believe. Steve drew nothing but land there, and had nothing to counter the field at all.
And he didn't take 16 life in one go. I don't think our life totals were updating. Grrr.
They're back. They've
updated
now.
Again.
They've updated now.
So we are going through round 3. But anyway, as I was saying a minute ago, so like if you go to any big tournaments, if you go to anything like, well, perhaps not Pro Tours, that might be a little bit different. But if you go to PTQs or you go to what's the word? Like a PTQ or a Grand Prix or something like that.
Yeah.
You have 2 types of players. You have the players which are pretty much the type of players that we have in Shrewsbury, which is the gentleman player.
Yes.
That if you miss a trigger, it's like, oh no, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's like because if you miss a trigger, that's you being a little bit forgetful. It's not that you played badly or you got outmatched or something like that. You missed a trigger. There's nothing worse than walking away going, I forgot that and I lost because I forgot that. So we're gentlemen. We're gentlemen. We let people do them. And then there is the person who will keep an eye on everything that you're doing and make mental notes of when you miss stuff and try and trip you up and all the rest of it. I really don't like that type of person, but unfortunately they're out there.
Yes, it's people getting advantage from. Which is other people's mistakes.
It is other people's mistakes.
You should, in fairness, try and not make those mistakes.
Well, obviously,
as best as possible. And there are people that will capitalise on your mistakes.
True.
But that is the fact of life.
It is. That doesn't just restrict itself to magic. That's a lot of other things.
Life lessons with John and Dan. Call in if you've got any problems. Please don't hesitate to call in, and we'll do your best to answer them.
Oh, do you know what? I just realised I haven't actually checked if anybody's watching the stream, and people may actually be using the chat room right now. So I should probably have a quick look at that. So as we were saying yesterday, if you are watching the stream live, please feel free to have a natter in there and make comments on things and tell us how bad of a job we're doing.
As always.
I'm right about. Well, then you're quite strange.
The video.
It's no, I don't want that. I want the dashboard. God damn it! Things are so confusing on the internet. What was that? No, that's log out, isn't it? There we go.
The chat is on the side there.
It is, but it's not quite loading. Oh, we have 78 people watching at the moment.
78?
78 people watching at the moment. Oh my god!
Well, good show.
Woo! What the hell's? Fair enough then. So there's got to be at least 3 people who have favorited us. Isn't that splendid? Anybody watching and they want to actually use the chat room, that could be quite pleasant.
Now, I will point out they've started again.
They have, indeed.
We are on turn 2, but from what I can see on this side of things, nothing has really happened.
No, and that's what you can expect for Theros draft, because although everybody's been complaining that the environment is slow, it's only in draft that I feel it's slow. The constructed side of things, because you've still got all of the Ravnica stuff, you've got Rakdos stuff is still there,
Yes.
Gruul things are still there. Constructed can still be really quick. The actual draft environment is a little bit sluggish. which means there's no point in drafting out those 1-drops, 2-drops, because, well, I mean, you might want to have them just for the hell of it, but you're not going to die by the time you get to turn 3, 4, 5.
No, this isn't modern.
No, this is not modern, no.
Well,
Very quick rounds later on from modern.
we will be commentating horse racing a bit later.
Yeah.
His land attacks it, gets another land, plays 2 live, and he plays the malaria.
Yeah, but the problem is this, we won't be able to see it, so he's just like, he's played a card, he's swung the card, and he's
Well,
dead. I'm not sure what that was.
I will be talking to CJ to see if we can have the deck list downstairs, so at least we know.
Oh, yes, that would be beautiful.
That way we can
Yes.
go. But no, it's going to be good. We've got Ramsey there later who will be playing Malira Pod, and James who will be playing Pod Aggro.
Ooh,
But,
interesting.
So they may be seeing each other later. We never know.
We never know. Well, so far we've got Woman Speaker on the side of Ramsey, which obviously now he's out. You're not going to be doing much with him. He's just purely going to
I'm
be there as a
absolutely
blocker.
loving Omen Speaker.
I
at the
know,
moment.
right? Isn't it just?
It's like Augur Bolus, but you can never whiff.
True, but the problem Augur of I mean, 2 is you don't get the card. That's the big thing with Augur of Bolus. Yeah, you may sometimes hit the card in question, but then you're not losing. You know, you never get the card with Omen Speaker.
Yes, but you're setting it up.
I do. Yes, I agree. And
It's
not just
nice
setting
to set things up.
It is. And blue control needs something to do on turn 2.
Well,
Anything at all.
either hold it back from Capate to hit on curve, or
Yeah.
or play an Omen Speaker if you're not really playing the countery blue.
Right,
But if you're not playing countery blue, you're doing it wrong.
That's true. There's a type of blue that doesn't count as well.
But,
Right.
So let's
So
get back to the match.
Back
shall
to the
we?
match. His mystery card is being a card and another mystery card. But he takes 3 and goes to 19. So, you know. Yeah, guys.
That is
standing
Lady Sarah there.
Yes.
That
is
advising us here at in front of the stairwell.
No,
As
because
that's the fire exit, and we can't get out. We're actually joined now by Kieran from upstairs.
Yes, Kieran, who's on the top. Can we give a quick update to the scores? How did you do in your first round of Theros draft?
Well done.
What was that again?
2-0 to me.
Well done, Kieran.
So there we go. As far as we're aware, he's still rocking the top of the leaderboard.
And who are you playing? So where we are, Kieran has now taken first place.
First place. Well done, Mr. Kieran, sir. We might have to have a natter with you in a moment or two, but there's Steve and James are still playing.
On the thing.
Pardon? What? Yeah. You just haven't seen the setup, the multiple cam. I think I'm going to have to get some pictures of all of this and stick them up somewhere. This is the first day that it's worked perfectly, though. This is the first game that I think from start to finish things have not screwed up in any way, shape, or
Well, I can
form.
remember yesterday.
Yes.
I dare say you look a much slender man today.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I may have sweated buckets yesterday.
But
We have discussed
we have
the
mentioned the
We have
basilisk
mentioned the basilisk.
several.
To understand this inside joke, please go to... No, actually, there's nowhere to understand this joke.
It's
go
not
to
been
Totally
written yet.
Games in Shrewsbury.
And ask about the basilisk.
So at the moment, Steve has got himself a 3-3 with the Devotion life gain, completely redundant at this point, and he's got himself an Omen Speaker. So he's coming in for 4, which will be unbelievable. I can't tell what that other card that's on. Figure that out? Yep, and he is
James has just
taking him down to 12. See,
James-
I'm getting good at this now.
getting quick.
I know. I
Me,
need
myself over here, going, something.
things going on.
Oh, there's a flash.
Campy, another campy fish.
We've got to love that camp.
And what's played in response, and how, more to the point?
I don't think he played it once.
It is. It's the 3-2 flash flying.
Oh, right. Oh, it's the one where you draw a card, is it?
Game life,
Ah, yes.
Apparently.
Someone stole a very good joke. Down and sticky.
Poo.
A stick.
Poo.
Poo doo doo.
Poo.
Working hard.
Poo.
6 soldiers.
Anyway. So, James dropped himself a card. Only by... There's enough... I mean, 2 life, you can't really
Well, it's
say...
a 3-2 life, really, isn't it?
Well, it's 2 life for the 3-3.
2
Which,
life for
considering
creature.
that Steve's got himself a 1-3, a 3-3, and a mystery card. Say again?
There we are.
I don't believe it's the god. He hasn't attacked with it. I believe it is the god. Is that Nylea? I don't think so. Run upstairs and tell me what it is. Ah, of course, it's the equipment. Yes, there's barely any equipment in this. In fact, that's the only single piece of one that's in there, and it's the one that actually caused a lot of controversy because it basically says that it can only be blocked by walls. Now, by default, everybody presumes that you mean a blocker because, of course, defender, because defenders back in the day were referred to as walls, but that's not the case. There is one card in here that is an actual wall. And hey! The stream broke for a second or two, but nobody drawing any attention to it. It'll be fine. Nobody will notice.
There's nothing's happening. All's going hunky-dory.
Yes, I know. I cannot has anything about that, but
and another.
And we have more people filtering in. More people.
Which we should send them to the bar. It would be a
yes. I expect
time.
a drink. There's no drink has appeared yet, so.
Ryan, unfortunately, Ryan
can't make it this evening, so I'm being joined by the Basilisk Hunter.
The Basilisk, commonly known as Bastard Dan.
Basically, imagine him, but with the Bounty Hunter face. You know, with the beard and the sunglasses and the long hair.
I imagine him being a more frail version of Bill Bailey.
Anywho, getting back to the match that's going on at the moment.
Which we should point out that anybody here shouldn't be watching other players' matches, as it can give people.
It can give people an advantage knowing what's inside of their decks. You naughty, naughty people.
I'd like to point out that Bilty's deck in front of me is dropping it.
Okay, never mind then. Well, who cares? So, Ramsey swings in for 4, taking James down to 10. I'm hoping that our scores will update themselves any second now.
And
there we go. There we go. I was correct.
As if by magic.
As if by magic.
Terrible puns, though.
No, this is a bit of a swing around. So, Ramsey is going down to having just this 1/3 Omen Speaker. The Omen Speaker really, if anything, it's not your beats guy.
No.
I think we can all agree that it's not your beats guy.
It can take a smack. Can't dish it out, but it can take a smack.
Well, it can take a magma jet. That's a very, very big deal. But I mean, apart from that, there's not a amount of creatures that it can block safely and actually do anything with. Yes. So, oh.
And I believe that would probably be time on the round.
Sudden death. So, he's been bestowed upon. I'm trying to see what it is. I believe it's the 2/2 and Intimidate. So that thing's swinging for what, 3, 4 now? Oh, good point. I don't think Stephen's life totals are updating.
They will shortly.
No, I don't think his are updating, as in any of them.
It was 6, I do believe.
Yeah, I believe he's going down to
13. That would.
I tell you what. Would you? I'm good because unfortunately I'm doing all of this. Oh, bloomin' hell! The World Eater, she returns. Because I'm doing technical things and streaming. Kieran, would you be a kind soul and take over the stream for a brief moment while I run upstairs and make sure that technical things are being technicalized?
if that's technically
that's technically not the right term. But still,
watch out,
so
you've
I'm
got
just
your
going to pass the
headset
microphone
there.
over to a strangely beautiful man, and I'll be right back.
In what way is it strangely?
Have you seen your face? Oh, wait a minute. No, the live titles have updated.
I would have thought it would be come down to 13 rather
there
than...
we are. There's a good old Death Touch Scorpion there.
Still currently not much help with Palkonos.
No, but it can go in for the swing.
But the monstrosity will most likely kill it.
Yes, but remember, it does fight it back. So it would kill Palkonos back.
Unless
yes, I do believe the rewording on the Scorpion is on Palkonos is the creatures they target do damage back.
Yes, apparently the scores are now updated.
Yes, just as you left.
I know. But yes, that is definitely a World Eater, and that is definitely the piece of equipment we think it is, and that is definitely... You realise that there's a bigger screen like that. Should I swap
Which
these
enchant?
around?
Which bestow was it? It was it the Reach one?
I believe it is the Reach one, yes.
Just an
That is
update
the
there.
Reach one. Oop, stop knocking the table, whoever that was.
We have a judge ruling here from Mr. CJ, confirming that
Exactly
if he
what I
goes
said
monstrous,
earlier. If he put
will-
Polkanust, if he monstrous Polkanust into the Scorpion, the Scorpion would kill him back.
Has that discussion been done now?
I believe that is turkey sandwich being said in the background.
Turkey sandwich, excellent. I'll put that down then, because turkey sandwiches are mildly irrelevant to the game. Mildly. I have no idea how well known.
It is the unblockable.
Make it unblockable.
Agent of Horizons.
There you go.
Everybody's favourite.
I love it, personally, in draft, and yeah, sealed is astonishing.
Certainly, if you can bestow on it, it is giving anything unblockable in this format is incredible.
You're so professional. You don't belong here.
Don't belong anywhere. I am a personal fan of Aqueous form, though. It has
Oh yeah.
it has been amazing. In my earlier game, had it down with the Bident. Incredibly useful to be able to scry that card away before I draw it. Took me about turns before I did anything I wanted.
And by that time, they'd milled you.
I was milling myself quite happily, to be perfectly honest.
You realise that you don't know this, right? Is that a bow?
No, that is a Hippocamp again.
That was a hippocamp he got from his hand.
He's got a campy fish horse.
Good old campy fish horse.
Again, a personal favourite of this format.
Hippocamp.
It is blue.
It's called Breaching Hippo.
Reaching it.
I do believe it's Breaching Hippocamp.
Yeah, right.
There we are. And this old Breaching Hippocamp too.
Again, one more cost for a slightly more limited Pestamite, but again, it allows you to swing in and then block. Particularly useful for the... I found on the Deathbellow Raider for the Minotaur that has to attack each turn.
Just a bit.
Oh, he's tapping 3 mana, 4 mana.
He has... Monstrosity did it.
And what is he going to be doing with said monstrosity? Shall I
It's-
turn up the volume so we can potentially find out?
He's not choosing to use its effect.
Oh really?
Because if he uses effect on either,
It will have
it
to...
will kill the Polkanus whether he uses it on either.
Pretty much. And there we go. Is that the handshake? What
Yeah.
happened?
I do believe they're
He's
going to a
had
1-all
to-
draw.
He's...
Oh,
Yes,
it was
ah,
sudden death, of
it was
course.
sudden
It
death.
was in sudden death, so yeah. There you go.
Looking at... I would like to see what Steve had in his hand as his last card, to be perfectly honest. Looking at it, I would have to give the game
It was a
to
Hippocamp.
Stephen Ramsey there. It was the Hippocamp, wasn't it? Yes. I would have to give the game to Stephen there, given that
Given the board presence.
he
there.
the only
But it was a
board
1-all.
presence.
But
It was already at sudden death, though. It had already done 1-1 at that point, so...
I would say though that there was very much little Steve could do at that point in sudden death, which is rather unfortunate. But then James could have pulled it back easy as much as well.